We have a crazy update to the ongoing lawsuit between Paramount and Warner Brothers over South Park, which has been ongoing over perceived exclusivity contract breaches for like a couple of years now. South Park has been poised to leave the streamer HBO Max and join Paramount Plus on July 1st for a while now, but now it appears as though it might both be on Paramount Plus and remain on HBO Max. And there are a lot of like really weird, in-depth, crazy reasons that this might be happening, so let's dive into it. Okay, so first, let's just give a recap to the lawsuit, which is a pretty crazy thing that happened, and honestly is a very valid lawsuit. So years ago, South Park signed an exclusive contract to stream on HBO Max. This was like a $500 million contract, and it basically allowed every single episode of South Park to be aired on HBO Max, and on top of that, they were expecting that every single new season of South Park would be going to HBO Max. Those were 10-episode seasons and had been for a long time. Then obviously the pandemic hit, and this slowed production down very significantly, and instead of a full 10-episode season, season 24 just consists of 2 extra long TV specials, the pandemic special and the vaccination special. And that ended up being the entirety of season 24, so now Warner was expecting to get 10 episodes for that year, and instead they basically got the equivalent of 4 episodes. And this is where it starts to get really crazy, because this was when Paramount decided to give Matt Stone and Trey Parker a massive new deal for South Park, like almost $1 billion contract to renew the show through season 30, in addition to exclusive Paramount Plus specials of South Park to air exclusively on Paramount Plus per year for 7 years. So 14 exclusive Paramount Plus specials. However, as it turns out, these were not additional pieces of content for South Park. Basically what they did is they cut their seasonal order down from 10 to 6 episodes, and then basically just moved that production over to these 2 specials. So now these specials were not airing on TV, they're only airing on Paramount Plus. They're not technically part of the official season, and for that reason, they don't go to HBO Max. And so HBO Max, while they're expecting to get 10 episodes a season, suddenly is only getting 6 episodes a season. Obviously, this was when Warner Brothers sued Paramount for a perceived breach in their exclusivity contract. Honestly, this is a super valid lawsuit, and it seems as though Warner Brothers is poised to win this lawsuit. Now, the results of Warner Brothers winning this lawsuit could mean a few things, and I think it likely means the end of the Paramount Plus specials, which we're already seeing the results of, because last year we were supposed to get 2 specials, but we only got the end of obesity special. They never made a second one. And in an interview with Bloomberg, Matt Stone implied that at the beginning of this year, we were supposed to get another special, but that came and went, and that we have not gotten that special yet. Furthermore, we have gotten a well in advance announcement of season 27 of South Park with tons of footage of the upcoming season, which, as if you know anything about South Park, that is not how they make South Park. South Park is generally made within the weeks leading up to the new episodes. So the fact that they have so much footage finished tells me that they've actually been working on the show ahead of time for once in their entire careers. And also, I think it likely means that one of these Paramount specials is getting split into individual episodes that will then air during the season. And all rumors point to this season returning to the 10-episode format instead of the 6-episode format. So I think the Paramount specials are likely a thing of the past. On top of that, Paramount Plus has been poised to get South Park from HBO Max on their streaming service starting July 1st, and the new season of South Park just happens to start on July 9th. Pretty coincidental timing there. Obviously not coincidental. They were just waiting to air the new season until it was exclusively on Paramount Plus. I don't know if they were doing that to gain more leverage with HBO Max, but here's the thing. Because HBO and Warner is poised to win this lawsuit, because this was definitely a breach in their exclusivity contract, it seems as though likely all of the money that Paramount made from these specials that aired exclusively on Paramount Plus will probably have to be returned over to Warner Brothers, which is pretty crazy. But I'm also curious now with this report that yes, Paramount Plus will for sure be getting South Park, but I'm very curious that if it's remaining on HBO Max, is this a part of Paramount's reconciliation with Warner Brothers, part of somehow making up for what they owe Warner Brothers for breaching that exclusivity contract? Is this sort of a make good with them? I am no fan of Warner Brothers or HBO Max or David Zaslav, but the reality here is that they did get really screwed over in this South Park deal. They signed a huge contract. They expected to be getting 10 episodes a year for a number of years, and they probably only got half of what they expected in the run of that contract, which is crazy. Now, these talks with HBO Max are still in preliminary conversations. It's not official yet. There's a lot of reasons that Paramount might be willing to re-up with HBO and Warner Brothers, partially because Paramount Plus is not doing well and they are in the red and they're like struggling with what their streaming services are going to be in the future. And so, making money on this massive property and re-upping a contract with HBO Max would not be a bad call. They would make a bunch of money immediately. But the specifics will also be really interesting because previously we were made to believe that South Park would start premiering on Paramount Plus alongside Comedy Central. But now, according to all of the information about the new season, at least what we've read, and what the trailer says, it's that it's going to be premiering on Comedy Central as it always has, and then going to Paramount Plus. So the question is, if the show is on Paramount Plus, which it will definitely be on Paramount Plus starting July 1st, and it's also on HBO Max, when will the new episodes hit HBO Max? Will those have an exclusive period on Paramount Plus and Comedy Central before they hit HBO Max? Will all of the new season hit HBO Max at one time later in the year? Or will they just be starting to air on HBO Max the next day, just like they have been over the course of their existing contract? This entire ordeal has been really crazy, especially if you consider the third and fourth Paramount Plus specials that Matt and Trey made for Paramount were called the Streaming Wars, and basically explicitly called out what they were doing.
What is going on?
Oh, nothing. Your son and his friends just made exclusive deals for multiple streaming services.
Obviously, it was in an elaborate, silly metaphor, but the reality was this entire special was about somebody making exclusive contracts with two different companies. Personally, I don't know if this would be a win for Paramount if they were allowing HBO to also keep South Park, because if it's not exclusive to Paramount Plus, I don't know how many new subscribers they're going to draw from sharing the rights. However, I think it's a huge win for South Park, and I think it's a huge win for South Park fans, because now people don't have to get rid of their HBO Max subscription and move back over to Paramount Plus once the rights expire. And I know there's a ton of South Park fans. It's a really interesting choice that they're making here. I think in the long run, though, the winner is going to be Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Ongoing resurgence in popularity of South Park is going to likely continue because now the show is going to be on multiple streaming services. We're about to get some very timely and crazy topical stories coming in this new season. There's a Diddy episode. And so the show being available in more places, I think, is just going to continue to see that surgence in popularity rise and rise and rise. Personally, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited to talk about this new season. It's kind of crazy how long it's been since we've got just a normal episode of South Park. I think the last one aired in like April of 2023. And that's about where we're at. What do you guys think about this insane lawsuit development? Do you think it's good or bad that the show is probably going to be streaming on both Paramount Plus and HBO Max? Are you excited for the new season of South Park, or have you just been waiting too long and are kind of over it now? I'm pretty stoked about it. I think it's going to be fun to talk about. July 9th is the new season. I'm sure we'll hear more about these streaming rights soon. Let me know below in the comments how you feel, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.
I stay mellow watching Johnny two cellos. He talks cartoons, he's a really cool fellow. He keeps you posted on adult cartoons. If that's what you're into, then grab a spoon and a very big bowl of your favorite cereal. Feels like Saturday morning cartoon material. Johnny two cellos, watch him on YouTube. Now enjoy this groove and bust a move.